Well, I always learn something at a Philanthropy Roundtable conference. Mostly I learned that there is a lot of people trying to do great things.
This has been a great opportunity on lots of levels, as I think most of the Philanthropy Roundtable meetings that I've attended have been.
Well, the Philanthropy Roundtable does a phenomenal job of providing resources for people that come to these, and not only the resources that they provide, but also individuals who come alongside and to have those conversations.
So it was a real treat to get to go see Summit and Khan Academy Lab School yesterday, and to me that's a real value of what these conferences and meetings provide.
We had the chance to really go inside and see grassroots, what was happening as they were developing these educational programs that are now going around the world and changing the face of what's happening with children and education.
So to really be able to see it, talk to students, talk to the school leaders, what was hard about launching this, what's hard about sustaining it, talk to kids, why do you love it? I had some great conversations with students yesterday at Summit, Everest, and at Khan Academy Lab, and hearing kids talk about why personalization actually feels good to them, that I can bring home and share with our teachers and our principals and my staff and talk about what does that mean for school design work.
Well, my takeaway is that what Sal has been able to accomplish in just a decade is unbelievable, and it really helped me think about scale. So last night Sal mentioned that he's currently reaching almost 40 million students, and he's in over 190 countries, and that's just in 10 years of work. So I think about our foundation's been in existence for 20 years, and the difference in scale and makes me know that we have a lot of work to do.
I mean, there's a couple really specific takeaways. Like I went to the facilities session, and we're doing facilities work for charter schools and some of the financing mechanisms. So there's like some deep learning for me.
And then I think for those of us who've been at this a long time, sometimes you meet a fresh new idea, and it's always good to be introduced to new ideas. But it's also important to have that community of colleagues that you can just continue to check in with. These folks, my peers in this work, have become, my trusted network.
Well, I found the conference to be very, very helpful. I have my own foundation, and coming together with other foundations and people, like-minded individuals, to say what are the best practices and to learn together and to figure out how to make a positive impact together. It's very, very powerful.
I think that for me, coming to this meeting is always an opportunity to refresh and renew, to motivate me, to help me to see what others are doing in an effective manner, so that I don't just get just really caught in my environment, but that I have the chance to really look at what others are doing and take that home and be able to use it in an effective way.
And so what's good for me, especially living in sort of an isolated area without as many funders, is being able to come together and learn what other people are working on, how we might be able to collaborate, what's not working as well as what is working, sometimes to commiserate and sometimes to celebrate together.
And that's really what I would say to any donor who's looking for to get into this work or to build their portfolios, like join a community so that you have other people to share and learn with.
I spent just so far this morning have met 3 people that I really value the time that we had to interact together. And then some that I've met more casually that I hope to get to know better. But those relationships carry with us, and so I'm very excited about that.
Just finding those like-minded people has been incredible, and to have an event that brings people together that I'd never get that opportunity to interact with from other states, that's been like phenomenal for me and for my team.
Some of my favorite things are just sitting around the table and asking people, what do they do? What are best practices? What are your interests? What's on your heart? And by talking about that together, it makes a very positive impact for everybody.
I'd love to tell other donors that Philanthropy Roundtable provides a really safe, honest, and candid space to have important conversations about the work that we're doing and the lessons that we're learning.